You walked away so quietly, like love was only half of me. No shattered glass, no heavy sound, just one small look that pulled me down. The room was warm, then turned to stone. I've never felt so left alone. Your shadow stayed, your voice went dark, and left its shape across my heart. I tell myself, don't say your name, but silence always does the same. You still hurt in the middle of the night, in the space between my breath, in the dim and faded light. You still hurt, like a bruise I cannot hide, like your hands are still here, even after goodbye. You still hurt. I fold the days, I keep the need, but every road runs back to greed. The smallest things still turn to you, a scent, a song, a shade of blue. I try to call it just a phase, a little storm, a couple days, but healing never came on time. You stay like rain inside my mind. I close my eyes to make it end, but somehow you come back again. You still hurt in the middle of the night, in the space between my breath, in the dim and faded light. You still hurt, like a bruise I cannot hide, like your hands are still here, even after goodbye. You still hurt. Maybe I was never ready to lose the place that held me steady. Maybe love can leave a mark that stays alive inside the dark. And even now I feel the truth. I didn't just lose you, I lost a part of me that only beat for you. You still hurt more than I know how to say, like a wound that wakes with me and refuses to fade. You still hurt in the quiet, in my sleep, in the parts of my heart I was trying to keep. You still hurt, even now, even here, even after all this time. You still hurt, you still hurt, like you never disappeared. You still hurt, you still hurt. I saw the change before you spoke, a little distance in your soul. You held me close, but not the same. Like something soft had slipped away. The air was still, the room was dim. You looked at me, but through my skin. And all at once I felt the truth. I had too much to lose in you. I tried to breathe to stay okay, but fear was already in the way. I had too much to lose, too much of me and you. Too many nights, too many dreams, too much I thought was true. And if you go, you take more than love from this room. I gave you all of who I am. I had too much to lose. Now every corner knows your shape. Every silence says your name. The bed is wide, the window cold. The kind of hurt that doesn't fold. I tried to say I'd be alright, but even morning feels like night when someone leaves and leaves you too, with all the weight you gave them to. I hold the pieces, but they move. Nothing stays where it used to. I had too much to lose, too much of me and you. Too many nights, too many dreams, too much I thought was true. And if you go, you take more than love from this room. I gave you all of who I am. I had too much to lose. Maybe that was always love, giving more than feels enough, placing all your lights somewhere, then waking up and finding air where a whole world used to be. You didn't just leave quietly. You took the life I built with you and left me with the proof. I had too much to lose, too much I never knew. Too much hope inside your hands, too much of my truth. And when you left, you pulled the ground from every view. I was safe until I loved you. Then I had too much to lose, too much to lose. Too much of me, too much of you, too much to lose, too much to lose. The light was low, the curtain moved. I kept the room the way you knew. Your cup still sat beside the sink, like you might walk in any week. I never touched the side you left. I wore the silence on my chest. The days went by, the air stood still, and I stayed where you left me in. I told myself, don't hope again, but hope was all I had back then. I waited still, with your name under my breath, with the door unlocked at night, and your shadow in my head. I waited still, like your leaving wasn't real, like love would turn outside the glass, but nothing in me really passed. I let the hours fill the hall and listened for a step that never called. I tried to live, I tried to move, but every road led back to you. The smallest sound, the softest blue could break the part that held me through. I said you're gone like it was truth, but my whole heart still leaned to you. I waited still, with your name under my breath, with the door unlocked at night, and your shadow in my head. I waited still, like your leaving wasn't real, like love would turn around if I stayed quiet long enough. I waited still. Maybe love can make you pause in the ruins of what was. Maybe losing someone slow feels like never being told. And the hardest thing to face is you won't come back this way. But I stayed faithful to the ache, like it might choose to let me stay. I waited still, through the dark and through the dawn, through the nights that took my sleep, through the days that felt too long. I waited still, till the waiting became me, till loving you in silence was the only way to breathe. I waited still, even when I knew you were gone. I waited still. I waited still. I waited still. For someone who was already gone. You used to say my name like home. Now every word feels made of stone. You sit beside me, but not here. Your silence is the thing I hear. The room is warm, but something changed. Your eyes don't hold me quite the same, and all the soft we used to be turned into something cold on me. I felt it slowly moving in, the kind of loss that starts within. You went cold on me, like the light was never there, like your hands forgot my skin, like you stopped needing me there. You went cold on me, and I don't know when it changed, but the love I thought was safe turned and walked away. You went cold on me. still pull me back to all the warmth we used to have. I try to say it wasn't real, but pain like this you cannot fake. You left the door, you left the room, but somehow took the heat there too. I tell myself don't ask you why, but questions keep me up at night. You went cold on me, like the light was never there, like your hands forgot my skin, like you stopped needing me there. You went cold on me, and I don't know when it changed, but the love I thought was safe turned and walked away. You went cold on me. Maybe love can lose its pulse without a sound, without a fault. Maybe hearts don't always break, sometimes they just drift away. And what hurts more than goodbye is watching warmth leave someone's eyes while you're still standing in the same place, begging it to stay. You went cold on me in the middle of our life, in the space I called forever, in the middle of the night. You went cold on me, and I still feel it in my chest, like a winter that moved in and never let me rest. You went cold on me. You went cold on me. Cold on me. So cold on me. You went cold on me. You held my hand like it was real, like something safe I didn't need to fear. You looked at me with open light, and I believed you meant to stay that night. You gave me warmth without a name, a place to fall but not remain. And I was close enough to feel a love that never turned completely real. I heard your heart in little ways, but never in the kind that stays. I was almost yours, close enough to touch the fire, close enough to call it love, close enough to build desire. I was almost yours, but almost never holds. Now I'm left with all this feeling and no one left to hold. I was almost yours. You left your voice in everything, in quiet halls and broken sleep. I hear you in the smallest blue, in every soft reminder of you. I try to say it still was good to be that close, to be understood. But almost love is its own kind, it stays unfinished in the mind. You gave me just enough enough of truth to make me build a life with you. I was almost yours, close enough to touch the fire, close enough to call it love, close enough to build desire. I was almost yours, but almost never holds. Now I'm left with all this feeling and no one left to hold. I was almost yours. Maybe that's the deepest ache, not the love we had and lost, but the love we nearly made, the world we never got to cross. You were the door half open wide, the dream that never shows a side, and I'm still standing where you were with half a heart and all these words. I was almost yours, in the way the moon meets tide, in the way a song can start but never reach the other side. I was almost yours, and that's what hurts the most. I still carry all your nearness like a love I almost held. I was almost yours, almost yours, almost yours. Not enough to stay, not enough to stay. Almost yours, and that still breaks. You came in soft like evening light, no noise, no storm, no need to hide. Your voice could calm the darkest room and make the empty spaces move. You held me like you understood all the broken parts I couldn't. And for a while the world was slow, the kind of peace I'd never known. I didn't know how much you'd mean to losing you undid me. You felt like home, like somewhere I could finally rest, like warmth against my shaking chest, like I was safe inside your soul. You felt like home, and now I'm out here on my own, trying to live with what is gone, but nothing feels the way it did. You felt like home. Now every room is just a room, no light stays soft, no night stays kind. I hear your name in little things, in tired air and half-slept dreams. I try to tell myself I'm fine, that time will blur your touch from mine, but some hearts don't know how to leave what once felt like the place to breathe. And even now when days move on, my whole heart still runs where you were. You my shaking chest, like I was safe inside your soul. You felt like home, and now I'm out here on my own, trying to live with what is gone, but nothing feels the way it did. You felt like home, maybe that's why this hurts so bad. You weren't just love, you were my calm. You were the place my fear would end, the quiet I could fall within, and losing you did more than break. It took the ground beneath my weight, now everywhere I go feels wrong, because with you was where I belong. You felt like home, like all the lost in me grew still, like every empty part could heal, like I had found where I was meant to be. You felt like home, and I still reach for you at night, still search for you in every light, but all I hold is memory now. You felt like home, you felt like home, and nothing does, nothing does. You felt like home. I saw your face in a passing car, and it took me back to where we are now, where we were supposed to end, but somewhere I still can't defend. I kept your name out of my mouth, but it still lives inside this house, in little things, in quiet air, in all the ways you're not here. I thought by now the ache would fade, but it still finds me the same way. I'm still not over the way you left, the way you looked, like love was something you could lose and still walk out like you were good. I'm still not over the nights I thought would bring me through, but every morning brings me back to some unfinished part of you. I'm still not over you. I try to fill the space with noise, with different rooms and different roads, but silence always tells the truth. There's still a place in me for you. The bed is cold in certain ways, the kind that time still doesn't change. And even when I laugh out loud, there's something missing underneath it now. I tell myself to let it go, but my whole heart still doesn't know. I'm still not over the way you left, the way you looked, like love was something you could lose and still walk out like you were good. I'm still not over the nights I thought would bring me through, but every morning brings me back to some unfinished part of you. I'm still not over trust. And when you left, you took too much. So now I live with what remains, a heart that still says your name. But you're still not over. Not the touch, not the fall, not the way you made me feel like I was finally something whole. I'm still not over, and I hate how much it's true, how the world keeps moving on while I'm still somewhere stuck in you. I'm still not over, still not over you. Still not over, still not over you. I make it through the crowded day. I keep my face, I say I'm okay. I let the hours pull me on like nothing in me came undone. But when the shadows touch the room and all the noise gives way too soon, I hear the part of me you knew come back alive without you. The dark has ways of telling truth. It brings me right back into you. It hurts at night when the walls are closing in, when the silence says your name and I feel you on my skin. It hurts at night when there's nowhere I can run from the memory of your love and the damage that it does. It hurts at night. The window shakes, the moon hangs low, the bed is wide, the air is cold. I turn around like you are there, but all I find is empty air. I try to bury what we were under the daylight, under words, but nighttime always strips it bare and leaves me alone with what's still there. I hold my breath, I close my eyes, but miss past won't fade away. It hurts at night, like your goodbye is happening still, like my heart is half awake and half refusing to heal. It hurts at night. It hurts at night. Is real. It hurts at night.